The iconic statue that sits atop Bethesda Fountain in New York City's Central Park is called Angel of the Waters, and it was sculpted by a lesbian named Emma Stebbins, who was part of a circle known as the Jolly Bachelors. Welcome back to Yesterqueers. My name's Amanda, and I'm a public historian of queer history. Angel of the Waters was the first and only sculpture commissioned as part of the Central Park plan. Though it is now one of the most recognizable and beloved landmarks in New York City, it was widely panned when it was unveiled on June 1st, 1873. Reviewers said that they felt the thrill of disappointment and that the sculpture resembled a serving girl executing a polka in the privacy of the back kitchen. I'm sure the fact that Stebbins was the first woman ever to be commissioned to create a public artwork for the city of New York had nothing to do with the criticism. Emma Stebbins described herself as a soft-shelled crab forced by circumstance into hard-shelled positions. Shy and reserved, Emma was one of 9 children born to Mary Largen Stebbins and her banker husband, John. The family's wealth allowed Emma to pursue art, and her parents actually encouraged it. Emma was a successful artist from an early age, even submitting pieces for public exhibition, which went far beyond the bounds of what was normally expected of wealthy spinsters studying art. After spending a couple of decades as an amateur artist, Emma's older brother Henry encouraged her to move to Rome so she could study sculpture and find a community that valued art in a way that Americans didn't. So she did in 1857 and became part of a group of about a dozen queer American female artists that included sculptors Harriet Hosmer and Edmonia Wildfire Lewis. These women were known as the Jolly Bachelors because they lived and worked and socialized like unmarried young men. The group was informally presided over by the internationally renowned actress Charlotte Cushman, who made a name for herself playing both male and female roles. I'll do a separate video about her, but for the purposes of this video, all you need to know is that she used her considerable wealth and fame to advocate for female artists. The Jolly Bachelors had the love triangles and the moments of drama that you'd expect from any queer friend group, especially since most of them lived together, but they also collaborated and supported each other fiercely. Emma fell head over heels for Charlotte Cushman, and the feeling was mutual. In 1858, Cushman wrote to a friend indicating that she and Emma considered themselves married, saying, "Do you not know that I am already married and wear the badge upon the 3rd finger of my left hand?" They stayed together for 20 years until Cushman's death, after which Emma wrote to fellow sculptor Anne Whitney, "I lived with the embodied principle of love so many years that it became a part of being." Stebbins started her professional career when she was in her 40s after she moved to Rome, and Cushman's advocacy on her behalf probably had something to do with that. Between 1858 and 1870, she produced about a dozen marble sculptures like this bust of Cushman, as well as 2 public artworks in bronze, Angel of the Waters and this statue of Horace Mann that stands outside the Massachusetts State House. Despite how poorly Angel of the Waters was received at first, Stebbins was an extremely talented and popular sculptor who was lauded by critics, and yet she was almost completely erased from the history of American art, and partially by her own hand. Stebbins was supremely uninterested in promoting herself or really being perceived at all. She preferred to let her art, or Cushman, do the talking for her. And when Cushman was diagnosed with breast cancer and the two returned to the US from Rome in 1870, she stopped creating new work and turned her attention to caring for Cushman. The art world had almost forgotten that Stebbins even existed by the time Angel of the Waters was unveiled in 1873. After Charlotte died in 1876, Emma burned all of their letters, some of which were apparently quite spicy, in order to protect Cushman's public reputation as the Virgin Queen of the dramatic stage. She then devoted her final years to preserving Cushman's legacy by writing her biography. Emma Stebbins died of lung cancer in 1882 when she was just 67 years old. That's it for today. As always, more information, including sources and further reading, is available in the usual place.